Today we're checking out some more Star Trek The Next Generation Season 5.
There's a time when you want to call a Romulan's bluff, and there's a time when you don't. Wouldn't you say?
Making small talk about the Romulans.
Yes, wherever possible.
So, this time
I like this barber.
you were lucky. I suppose.
I like seeing them getting mundane tasks done. Oh,
There. I'll tell you, Captain.
Laser
Will
sideburns.
Riker was in for a trim yesterday, and he agrees with me 100%.
he probably gets all the gossip. I bet he knows everything on the ship.
We're receiving an emergency distress signal from the Solarian 4 colony.
Uh-oh, that's right along the Cardassian border.
Lay a new course. I'm on my way.
They should probably ask him for his advice on the politics.
Receiving another signal of a vessel leaving orbit of Solarian 4. New frequency, low band, audio only.
Open a channel.
Audio only.
This is the Bajora. We claim responsibility for the Federation colony on Solarian 4.
Who is this?
We are without our homeland. No one will be safe in this sector.
That's their homeland.
To seek out new life and
Yes.
new civilizations.
To
boldly go where no one has gone before. Admiral Kennelly has rendezvoused to discuss the Bajoran terrorist attack.
Station. Ew. Space sickness.
Ginger tea with honey, 80 degrees Celsius.
Ginger tea?
Guys. Someone said this sweet. Thank you so much. I have Earl Grey hat.
A new militant splinter group has broken away from the Bajoran settlement camps. Leader's name is Orta. Apparently, he's willing to do whatever he has to get attention.
So they know who it is. It's the Bajorans.
The Federation is sympathetic to their cause, but they're not helping themselves with an attack like this. That's what I want you to communicate to them.
But this could be done through diplomatic channels, Admiral.
As is always his want.
Find this terrorist leader, Orta.
And kill him?
Get him back where he belongs, any way you can.
Any way I can.
And a promise that we will immediately begin to address this issue with the Cardassians.
I see.
Admiral, they've endured generations of sympathy and promises. How can I believe that this Orta would be satisfied with more of the same?
It's your job to see to it that he does.
I'm not sure if he's being totally sincere.
Go ahead.
As
Have you
always, I'm
approved the
waiting for
transfer of a new officer to the Enterprise?
Negative.
New officer?
Well, we've got one, waiting to beam aboard, complete with orders.
A new ensign.
Ensign Ro Laren.
From the Wellington?
The very same.
Knows him.
I thought she might be valuable to you.
She.
Admiral, respectfully, I would appreciate consulting rights on the assigning of a new officer. It's a
Doesn't like
record
her?
of Ro Laren.
She's Bajoran,
Oh, he doesn't want her.
and I am convinced that she is the right one for this job.
After what happened on Garan 2, she has no business serving on any starship.
Wow.
My ship.
You're taking her, Captain. It's been arranged.
He really doesn't. It takes a lot for him to, not like someone and not give them a chance.
What it was to get her out of prison.
Who is this girl?
Is that important to you?
It's that important to the mission.
Carter Riker, proceed with the transport.
Sir?
I'll fill you in later.
Begrudgingly.
I hope you and I don't regret this, Admiral.
You can handle her, Captain, if anyone can.
Introducing a new character at this stage. Oof. I wonder if she's here to stay or just for this episode. We'll see. All right, let's see her. Bajoran.
Ensign Ro Laren reporting as ordered, Commander.
Now, is she happy about it, I wonder? Like, they're not.
You will follow Starfleet uniform code aboard this ship, Ensign.
No earrings. No jewelry. They're always the most welcoming crew. This is kind of shocking to see. She must have done something really bad.
I'm concerned about your presence on this delicate mission.
I don't want to be here any more than you want me to be here, sir.
Nevertheless, we will all be serving together.
Yeah.
Commander Riker and I have expectations of...
Captain,
Interrupted the captain. Oh boy.
we're stuck with each other. So let's just get this over with as quickly as possible and go our own separate ways.
How about you listen to the captain? She didn't even dismiss her. Oh boy.
I met Holzer at a symposium a few years ago.
What can you tell us about him, Doctor?
A very concerned leader and a good spokesman for his people, and a terrific dancer.
Bev always has fun.
Ensign Ro, you're familiar with the star system. You'll take the con.
She's pouting back there.
Is there a problem, Ensign?
You're wasting your time.
How about you acknowledge your superiors? I hope she wins me over in the end.
Don't you understand? These are desperate people ready to martyr themselves. They don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Well, this ship is prepared to defend itself if necessary.
They might end up, like, she might end up being really right.
Find a man named Kiev Falor. He has no diplomatic experience.
He's
And
rude.
he won't ask you to dance.
This is a difficult mission. Taking her on the away crew. This is, wow, the full captain going on the away team. She just had another,
This used to be me.
a shirt underneath.
I'm pleased you agreed to meet with us, Mr. Kiev.
You honor me by the proper use of my name, Captain.
Nailed it.
Ensign Rowe has educated me.
Has she? I'm pleased you still remember. Let me show you our camp.
Is that a little bit of a dig at her, like, for abandoning your people?
Not to interfere in the internal affairs of others.
Mm-hmm.
How convenient that must be for you, to turn a deaf ear to those who suffer behind a line on a map.
Finally being called on it.
I think you're a small man who feels a rush of power in his belly and enjoys it far too much, Keith. Stop talking and listen.
Wow. She's a straight shooter.
We live in different universes, you and I. Yours is about diplomacy, politics, strategy. Mine is about blankets.
Yeah, survival.
Mr. Data, see that the replicators provide a blanket for every man, woman, and child before nightfall. Aye, sir.
He tries.
These people may have in the way of emergency needs and provide for them.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That's right, they do too.
You were helpful.
The blankets were helpful. Nothing I said mattered.
She has no faith in the process. All right, ladies, have some girl talk.
Do you mind if we join you?
Something tells me she's not really into girl talk. Yeah.
Tell you one thing. If I ever find myself on an away team with Ensign Rowe and turn my back on her,
Man.
she doesn't belong here. She doesn't even belong in the uniform as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
Wow.
Really.
They really aren't being welcoming.
Am I disturbing you? Yes.
Good.
I kind of like her.
If you wanted to be alone, you would have stayed in your quarters. The only reason to come here is to be amongst people.
Guinan is so wise.
Heard anything interesting?
Mm-hmm.
It's all true.
I believe truth is in the eye of the beholder.
Isn't that supposed to be beauty?
Truth, beauty.
Semantics. Yeah, maybe she didn't do whatever she was accused of.
Who are you?
I told you. I'm Guinan. I tend bar, and I listen.
The all-seeing.
I don't stay anywhere long enough to make friends.
Too late. You just did.
Guinan. I feel like we could all learn something from Guinan.
Bridge to Ensign Rowe.
Go ahead.
Subspace communication coming in for you, Ensign.
From whom? All right, if Guinan wants to be your friend, then I want to be your friend.
Everything is going exactly as you predicted, Admiral.
Wait! Why are they talking?
Computer locate Ensign Rowe.
Ensign Rowe is not on board the Enterprise.
Check the transport log.
Who's this guy? Where's O'Brien?
No, sir, they didn't show up.
What the hell is going on?
Right?
Prepare to transport us to the same location Ensign Rowe beamed to.
Okay, just when I was starting to trust her, maybe her and the Admiral got something going on that's shady. I don't know.
See if we can determine their direction. Standard search pattern.
Maintain tricorder security link.
Mr. Wolf, you come with me.
I'm really happy he has his OA jacket on again.
Data to Picard. Data to Worf.
Comms are down! Uh-oh, this is dangerous. The music!
Hold it.
It was a trap. Seems like a trap. I've already forgotten the name of the aliens. The Bagana.
I am Mort.
Oof.
Please forgive my appearance. Unfortunately, some years ago, as a guest of the Cardassians, my face was mutilated. My vocal cords were cut.
Oh my god.
I'm not convinced that you are either.
Captain, I did not come here to undermine this mission.
Bull.
I came here to convince these people to listen to you. I didn't want this to end in bloodshed.
There will be no bloodshed.
You don't know all the facts, sir.
Then tell us.
Your mission was to seek out the Bajoran terrorists.
Bajoran.
Who destroyed the Federation settlement on Solarian 4.
Yes.
As I have informed Romarin, it was not the Bajora.
Well,
If they did not attack Solarian 4, then who did? And why would anyone want to falsely implicate the Bajora?
Perhaps someone wanted to draw us into the conflict.
maybe it was the Federation, the Admiral. That'd be dirty.
You do not leave this ship without authorization.
Captain, I'm sorry, but
This is not a discussion. You're restricted to your quarters for the remainder of this mission.
Grounded. That's kind of fair.
I heard you got grounded.
I really don't feel like talking
I call
right
it
now.
grounded too. Maybe I'm guided. I do love Velvet.
Look, I got myself into this. I'm just trying to figure a way out, that's all. Without anyone getting killed this time.
Maybe she should just tell the truth.
Seems like everybody's just pulling my strings, you know, like I've got no control.
She definitely seems like she's feeling guilty about people dying.
I'm in trouble. There's more going on here than anybody on this ship realizes.
I got into some serious trouble, too. And I mean serious. And I'd probably still be there if I hadn't trusted one man.
Picard?
Has been confined to her quarters.
He'll listen because Guinan wants him to.
Well, she can go back to her quarters when she's done.
Guinan, I don't know why you're involved in this, but...
She's my friend.
She's the only one that can interrupt the captain, I think.
I just can't do this anymore.
What can you not do anymore, Ensign?
Admiral Kennelly came to me in prison and told me he'd arranged to get me out if I'd go on a mission.
Is the mission coming here and... Doing what?
You were being sent to talk, to negotiate. The Admiral knew that was hopeless. My job was to give Orta an incentive.
To kill him? Please don't say that.
He would get weapons, ships, things that would really make a difference against the Cardassians in the future.
I find that impossible to believe. That Admiral Kennelly would consider supplying weapons to the terrorists?
Shady Admiral.
You have been in contact with Admiral Kennelly during this mission?
Yes, sir. The subspace log can confirm that part of it at least.
She's telling the truth.
And I was led by a Cardassian into a room where my father was sitting. And during the next 2 hours, as I was forced to watch, my father was tortured until he died.
Oh, God.
I was ashamed of being Bajoran. Later, I began to understand how misguided those feelings were, and yet somehow they have remained a part of me.
Oh, geez. She's been through it.
I don't want to be ashamed of my heritage any longer, Captain. A Starfleet admiral presented me with an opportunity to help my people in their fight against the Cardassians.
How is he going to handle this? I feel really bad for her.
Captain, I don't know who to trust anymore. But that strange bartender of yours has a way of getting to you.
Strange bartender.
Well, she said that you were her friend.
And we have one thing in common.
Guinan. Thank goodness Guinan's here.
Our orders were to find him, to bring him back to the camps, anywhere we could. Perhaps that's exactly what we should do.
And then what?
And then watch what happens.
Freaking shady Admiral. Commercial break. Sometimes I wonder how solid the Federation is. This seems like there's a lot of holes.
Keep us advised of your progress.
Acknowledged. How's that Cardassian virus, Admiral?
A lot better, thank you.
I'm pleased. We'll report as soon as our mission is accomplished. Picard out.
I thought he might, like, drop a little hint there.
Needed coordinates.
Aye, sir.
Mr. Data, keep an eye on the Cardassian border.
Aye, sir.
Do they all know what's going on now?
This is Captain Picard. We're prepared to escort you to Valor 3.
Be advised that our ship is limited to half impulse.
Ensign Rose set a course for Valor 3, half impulse.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
They are moving into a course parallel to our own, Captain.
Yellow alert. Continue to monitor them.
Maybe raise the shields.
The Cardassian ships are changing course, sir. They are crossing the border.
They are increasing power to their forward weapons grid.
Red alert.
Yeah, red alert.
The Cardassians are within visual range.
On screen.
Oof.
They are hailing us, sir.
Open a channel, Miss Worf.
Yeah, I want to see.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise.
We have no argument with you, Captain.
I'm pleased to hear that, Goldilocks.
Always cordial.
We are escorting the Bajoran settlers to their camp on Valor 3.
We would request that you withdraw and leave the matter to us.
Just to what? Let them get attacked?
If we withdraw, what do you intend to do with the Bajoran vessel?
We intend to destroy it.
Another straight shooter.
You have 1 hour to withdraw.
We have 1 hour. What's the play here, fellas?
When Admiral Kennelly calls, I'll speak to him in my ready room.
This is tricky. There's like pieces on the board here. This is tricky, tricky, tricky.
I don't think you're looking at the big picture, Jean-Luc. We can't afford to lose the Cardassian treaty.
Well, I just see a different big picture, Admiral. Looks something like this.
Is he gonna come clean with them?
I'm beginning to see that our mission has, in fact, been to expose Orta so that the Cardassians can move in and destroy him.
I like that tight zoom in.
I think you've lost your perspective, Captain. We'll discuss this further when you return. For now, I'm giving you a direct order to withdraw.
Will he follow it? He won't. But it's not as simple as that. He's not just gonna withdraw.
Subspace signal coming in from Starfleet, Captain. Admiral Kennelly.
On screen.
I'm sure he's checkmated him somehow.
The Cardassians have destroyed the Bajoran ship, Admiral.
All hands lost?
No, sir.
Were they evacuated before?
They're terrorists.
Paris, damn it. Why in the hell would you want to protect them?
Admiral, I am more concerned with protecting the honor and integrity of Starfleet. Orta's ships are old and obsolete. They don't even have warp capabilities. They couldn't have reached another star system.
Idiot.
Is that the Cardassians staged it?
The Cardassians? Why?
Perhaps they were hoping to find someone in Starfleet.
To churn.
Naive enough to solve their Bajaran problem for them.
Idiot.
What will happen to him?
I'm not sure. A hearing, certainly.
The Admiral?
Probably a court-martial.
Let's hope. Is she gonna stay on board or stay here with their people?
I'd like you to consider remaining in Starfleet.
You're not serious.
I think it would be a shame for Starfleet to lose someone of your potential.
He likes her.
I've noticed qualities in you that could be harnessed, molded.
Don't count on it.
He likes her.
That's an interesting challenge.
Yeah, come on, stay.
And I rarely refuse an interesting challenge. There would have to be one condition.
Given a condition to Jean-Luc Picard. Ah, that she be allowed to wear her earring. I like it.
Picard to Enterprise.
Two to beam up.
2 to beam up.
Yes. So much she's gonna stay? Cool. She gonna sit in Wesley's old chair? That was good. It's not every day you have Jean-Luc Picard asking you to come work for him. Okay, that was season 5, episode 3, and I like that one, and I feel like we set up possibly a lot of stuff in this episode, maybe to go forward. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if Ensign Ro is gonna stay on the Enterprise, but it seems so. It seems like Picard asked her to stay. She decided she wanted to stay, and then she's on the bridge at the end in Wesley's old seat, so I kind of assume that she's here. I wonder how much she'll be a part of the show if she is indeed staying, you know, if she's gonna be like part of the main cast, if she's gonna be on the away team. I'm very curious to see what happens with her character, but I also feel like we put some pieces in place. Like the Cardassians are not cool, man. They're obviously, we have a partnership with the Federation, but the Federation knows that they're shady now. For sure they do. Although, okay, it really got me thinking about like the higher ups in the Federation in general. I mean, we never see them go back to like Federation headquarters and have any kind of interaction with the top of the top. I mean, Picard very rarely talks to his direct superiors. I'm so curious if we ever see more from the overall Federation, the very high ups. It seems most of the time like Picard and the crew and the Enterprise are doing their own thing off in space, and very rarely, you know, is it implied that they've asked for permission to do anything, or that like they seem to sort of make autonomous decisions, which I'm sure that as the flagship, the Enterprise, as senior most captain, as far as I could tell anyway, like the most respected captain, Picard is allowed to make autonomous decisions. But when it's like a politics decision or like a decision that will affect alliances and have greater implications, I would assume that you would need to have some kind of meeting with the higher ups. It's just curious to me that we never see that kind of thing, and I would be interested to see more of that. I wonder if we ever see more of that. I mean, he said that the Shady Admiral would possibly be getting court-martialed, so I mean, obviously he had to give a report. Maybe we just don't see him interacting. But the other main thing going on in this episode, obviously, is Ensign Ro entering the picture. Like I said, I don't know if she'll stay, but I'm getting the impression that she's here to stay anyway, or maybe she'll be like a Guinan that kind of comes in and out. Speaking of Guinan, this episode wouldn't have played out the way it did without Guinan. She's so pivotal, but she's used so sparingly. She's such an interesting character. But if she hadn't befriended Ro and told her to trust the captain and go to him, he never would have found out. She never would have confided in the captain. So Guinan is so important. But yes, Ensign Ro is a very interesting character. I mean, I eventually grew to understand her position more. I mean, but she comes in swinging, you know, she's a very strong character, being very disrespectful to her superiors, to Picard, to Riker. But they are also not being very professional, in my opinion, with their like disdain for her. She comes in, she's not super likable at the start, and I think that's the point of her. You're supposed to sort of feel that abrasiveness and feel like what the crew feels from her, and eventually we grow to understand her more and change our opinion, as did Picard. And in the end, Picard like wants her as part of the team. He sees she's strong, we can use her. I feel like I need more info on her. I'm excited if she's part of the crew. I feel like she'll be a source of conflict in some ways probably, and that's good. We don't see that a lot on this show, and it was interesting to see someone come in swinging, and I could see how much we're supposed to grow to appreciate her, though, I think. And I did by the end of the episode. I was right there with Picard. So yeah, very interesting episode. I'll be interested to see if anything that happened in this episode comes back again in the future. Again, no spoilers. I always like to learn about this as I go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.